Hi, my name is Jane Hager. I'm a 200-hour certified yoga instructor, and I'm here today at the Max Center in Salisbury to talk to you about yoga and arthritis. As you probably have noticed, yoga is getting more and more popular in our communities, and it's with no wonder. The benefits of yoga are tremendous. The medical communities have found that yoga benefits people with arthritis by not only improving their range of motion, their flexibility and balance, but it also brings people a greater sense of peace and well-being. That's the difference between just doing an exercise and doing it through a yoga awareness. And that's what we're going to do today. So I would like you to begin sitting in a firm, sturdy chair, feet firmly planted on the ground, your heels directly under your knees extending straight out from your hips. Breathing in and lifting up through the tailbone, elongating through the spine, through the crown of the head. Breathing in deeply, allowing your shoulders gently to roll back. Your hands in your lap, palm down or up, whichever is most comfortable. Finding your breath. Breathing in, lifting up through the spine, the crown of the head, gently rolling your shoulders back. And just noticing the gentle waves of the breath moving in through the nostrils, lifting the belly, the chest, and how the air flows from your lungs as you exhale. And stay focused on the breath for a few moments. Finding your breath, feeling the flow of the air through the nostrils, the way the breath expands the belly, lifting the chest, the feeling of the air leaving the body, flowing out. By following our breath, we bring calmness, letting go of the busyness that surrounds us, anchoring into the moment. And bring your attention to your body. Notice those areas of discomfort. Breathe in and send those areas peace and love. Know that the breath is nurturing every cell in your body, renewing it. There's lots of busyness going on all around us, but by focusing on your breath, you're leaving all of that behind, giving your body the attention that it needs, relaxing. Gently open your eyes, and we're going to begin our practice. But with this knowledge of knowing that through the act of body awareness and breathing, you'll expand your energy in your body and bring greater range of motion into your arms and your wrists, relieving some of the arthritis, improving it some, and bringing yourself an overall greater sense of well-being. We're going to go through a series of exercises geared at your hands. We'll start with holding our hands up, keeping our wrists stable, and simply bending our fingers. Nothing stressful or high energy, just light bending of the fingers. This is good to do maybe 5 or 6 times. So moving from your fingers, we're opening our hands and bringing our thumb to each finger, starting with the little finger, pinching together, and moving on to the next, and the next, and the next. Just lightly pressing them together, going back and forth. And of course, when you're doing exercises, especially using the benefits of yoga, you also want to make sure that you're breathing. Breath is so important. Just nicely, nothing fancy, just inhaling and exhaling very easily. Our next exercise is just giving yourself a big hug. Stretching your hands out, wrapping them around your shoulders, the palms of your hands wrapping and moving into the shoulders. If this is too difficult for you, no problem. Another way to do this is to just wrap around towards the ribs. If this is too difficult, no worries. Just bring your arms around like this. Slowly moving through yoga, causing absolutely no pain to your body in the process, will eventually bring more and more movement into the joints in the body. The idea is to get the synovial fluid activated. And that's what helps our joints stay lubricated and helps us to move more easily. Johns Hopkins has done a lot of research and found that the benefits of yoga are tremendous, especially if you follow a regular 2 to 3 times a week exercise program with yoga. They've done studies that have found over the period of just 8 weeks at 2 to 3 times a week, you can bring lasting benefits even 9 months later. If you'd like more information about that and other yoga, contact Mac. But we're going to do a few more things too while I have you. We're going to take our hands and find a flat surface, a table. You're in a seated position, and you're simply going to lift each finger off the table and put it back down. Lifting up and down. And of course, any time that you feel any kind of discomfort, don't do it. This is about gently moving your body and increasing slowly that range of motion. Okay, now we're going to draw our fingers in almost like a spider pulling itself together. And then open the hands, sliding down and pulling in and sliding down. Each of these exercises you may want to do 5 or 6 times and build up to whatever you're comfortable with, maybe 10 times, 2 or 3 times a week. We're going to do a few things that will open up the wrist area. This helps a lot for carpal tunnel. Bringing our hand to a cactus pose, holding our hands up, we're going to open and close our fist. Not tight, just opening and closing rapidly for about a minute. I'm not going to do it quite that long here, but I want you to try it sometime for about a minute, and you'll really feel the heat building on the back part of the arm here. Then after about a minute, you'll really feel it. It's pretty strenuous. You'll bring your hands together, clasping your hands down, and rotating your hands around in a circle from the wrist. Then pause and go the opposite way. And then once again, open to a cactus pose, stretch up, and open your hands, turning your palms out, rotating the shoulders the arms open. And you'll do this for maybe 10, 15 times. Bring your hands back together at heart level. Press your fingers and your palms tightly together. The tips of your fingers are facing up, and then invert them down. Just, my range of motion and your range of motion are probably entirely different. So my hands are extending down like that, but yours might only come out like this, and that's perfectly fine. And then up and down and up and down. You're keeping your elbows level and out to the side. Don't be hunching up on your shoulders or pulling your elbows down. Just up and down. The last thing that we're going to do that opens up in the wrist. Extend your right hand in front of you. Take a breath in. And as you release your breath, exhaling, gently pull your little finger back towards your wrist. Hold it for just a couple seconds. Take a breath in. Again, extending your arm, pulling the next finger gently back. And moving through each one of your fingers, one at a time, remembering your breath. And when you finally get to your thumb, the backs of your hands come together. The hand grabs around the thumb and pulls it towards the side of the wrist. The thumb doesn't go down, so we don't want to break our thumb or anything like that. You're just pulling your thumb towards the side of the wrist. And then releasing. And repeating on the other side. Taking a breath in, exhaling and pulling back. And taking a breath in, exhale and pull back. Inhale, exhale and pull back. And once again, gently taking the thumb, sliding over, pulling the thumb towards the side of the wrist. All right, okay, couple more. Stretch your arms wide, palms forward. Put your thumb to your palm, wrap your fingers around, and then bend your wrist straight down towards the floor. Holding for a couple of seconds. Releasing, opening the palms, and making a fist, curling the fingers in first and then the thumb around the fingers. Turn your fist down towards the floor and then bend your wrist down. The great thing about yoga is not only are you improving your range of motion and your physical endurance, but it's also beneficial just to your outlook. Just makes you feel good, as it should. And releasing there, place your fingertips and your palms down on the table, very gently and carefully. Again, any kind of discomfort, don't do it. It's always a good idea to check with your doctor to make sure that you're capable of doing these different exercises. You're just breathing in, allowing your weight and the position to open the wrist. And after maybe half a minute or so, very gently and easily lift the palm up, stretching through the fingers a little bit more, and then releasing. Then we've stretched that way. We want to stretch one more time. Taking our hands once again, we're going to fold them the opposite direction. And very carefully, we're going to lean into them just a little. And after half a minute or so, very gently bring your hand up and unfold your fingers from the table. And then shake your hands out. Okay. Well, that about wraps it up. Yoga is such a beneficial, wonderful way to get your body moving, just to relax, to help you deal with pain. And the best thing is all of this is now evidence-based. If you'd like more information, you want to find out about more yoga programs, contact the Max Center. Somebody would be happy to help you. Thank you.